Third attempt at making this video. What's up, y'all? I want to talk about loneliness, the feeling that all hope is lost, and self worth. Questioning oneself. It's the questioning of your own faith in yourself and a higher power, the process, whatever it is. And I've been dealing with all that for the past few days, or the past couple of days, I should say. And the reason why I have is because, for one, like Valentine's Day just passed, and there was this girl that a friend of mine tried to hook me up with, and I was going to try to see what I could do. I wasn't really thinking too much on it. I didn't really care, really. Um, like I sort of was just like, all right, I'll see what happens. I didn't put all my eggs in one basket. Didn't put all too much of my heart into it, and then, you know, that went nowhere because I just wasn't down with the type of people that were in there. I think they were a little too high energy for me. It didn't feel like anybody in there was really intellectually stimulating. That sounds pretentious, but when I say that, I mean like I didn't see too much. I don't know. I think hardly a lot of younger people like myself are very reflective anymore or these days. I know there are a lot of us that are, but I think there are more of us that aren't. And I kind of saw that it just seems like people are just there for fun, and I'm not really trying to be around people for just fun. If I wanted just fun, I could be watching a YouTuber playing the game or something and doing something on my own or hanging out with my friends. I'm not really around for fun. Even then, like even with my friends, I've grown tired of the idle talk. Like I've grown tired of the small talk and just laughing all the time. Like there's no problem with cracking jokes and stuff like that. That's important. But what's also important to me, if more important, more significant to me, is what are we doing with our lives, and are we really working to do anything to change them? Where do you see yourself in 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 60 years? I know that's a long time to think ahead, but I mean, at least entertain the thought, Who do you want to be? Who do you want the people around you to be? Who do you want the people around you to, not who, but what do you want them to be like, to feel like, to love like, to think like? And I'm not sitting there saying, well, you gotta, force people to think, you gotta force people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that be around people like that'll make you better, that'll challenge you. I've only got a very few of those. I know like that's important, but I'm trying to find more of those. And it's sort of hard when you're struggling, like me right now. Like I'm out here at like 8 in the morning recording a freaking YouTube video. Every time I've been recording these videos now since like end of December, it's because I'm out here after leaving a freaking shelter early as heck in the morning to record videos, to try to make it out, make it big, to try to progress, to try to evolve, push my life into a different direction. And it's lonely, the journey, because hardly anybody understands. Hardly anybody understands, man. And I don't mean to complain. I'm just trying to be honest, because these days, man, people aren't trying to be honest. People aren't looking for truth. I'll be honest with you. They're not looking for their truth. They don't even care about your truth. And that is just simply your day to day, who you are, who you aspire to be. I've come to the conclusion, and it's not everyone that's like this, by the way. I still have hope in people and faith in people, but I've come to realize a lot of people aren't really thinking about who you are to them. I think, to me, that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. I'm going to emphasize that. I think a lot of people kind of see you as convenience. I think a lot of people are sort of, they don't really think of who they are to you or who you are to them. Your relationship, there it is. I don't know why I was struggling to find that word. I don't think a lot of people are considering the idea, entertaining the idea of, well, what are we? It could be family, it could be professional, it can be platonic, it can be romantic, it can be anything, any kind of relationship. What are we? Who are we? To ourselves and to each other. Do we make each other better? Do we talk? Do we are we there for each other emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, socially, whatever it is? No one asks the deeper questions, and it annoys me because I feel like I'm the only one that's thinking about them, and I'm thinking about those questions all the time. And I know that not everyone thinks the same way that you do or that I do. Not everyone's brain is wired like mine is. But mine, I think, is weird, I suppose, because I think about people all the time. I mean, I'm in a situation where I have to think about myself and my own survival. So, obviously, but disregarding that for a second, I do think of, like, what. So I ask myself sometimes, like, yo, am I just a convenience to people? Like, am I just, oh, he's there? Which is a lot of the time what I sort of feel like. I've been lost for a long, long time, and despite the advice that I give or the wisdom that I try to impart, it's stuff that I've learned, that I'm learning, and I also want to tell somebody something in hopes that they can also progress and evolve too. I've got a couple of friends and stuff. I've got a couple of, you know, I've got a family member or two that I can really talk to, but I don't really talk to them because I'm in my own head every day. I'm always thinking, I'm always worrying about what comes next. And that's where my brain's always in the future. It's hard to live in the present because, like, I mean, I can't really help myself. I gotta think about what comes next. I just have to. It's just a part of my life. I gotta think about what comes next. And it's lonely. It's a lonely path that I walk. Nobody wants the dream. Nobody wants their goals. Nobody really wants it, not like I do. That's what I've noticed about my environment. I only know one person that wants their dreams as bad as I want mine. And that's my best friend, but I hardly even hang out with him these days. So, because of my situation and because it's just hard to get a hold of him. But I've also wanted a special somebody for ever since I was young. At some point, I would like to get married. I would like to have kids. I would like to be able to not have my kids and my future wife in poverty. And I'm working to get to that point. But it's hard when it feels like you're not wanted by anybody. I've got a head on my shoulders. I mean, I've got flaws, but hey, everybody's got flaws. Everybody's got baggage, but I know how to put my feelings aside for as I call it, the mission, the provision, the activeness, I suppose, the activity, the proactivity. I know how to put my phones aside when other people are in peril because that's something I've done since I was a child. When I see other people stressed or they're freaking out or they're going through something, my feelings instinctively shut off. My anxiety just shuts off instinctively, and I go to console whoever it is that needs help because that's just who I am. I love deeply, I love hard, but as much as I love people, I've grown to not trust them. because people are very hard to read sometimes, you know? At times it gets real difficult. People change, people are unpredictable. And like I said, people aren't always considerate of you. And sometimes you might have your moments where you're not always considerate of them, but you do your best with what you have. And it's lonely because every day I walk these streets every morning and I go to friends' houses, but no matter who it is I'm around, or even if I'm on my own physically, I'm always in my head. And my head is both a prison as much as it is a playground. And on different days, it alternates because I really want to build a special connection with somebody someday. I want to build a connection with somebody, with a lady that's special, whoever she might be, and I'm trying to find her. I'm not going to be like chasing and desperate like I was when I was a teenager, when I was a kid, because you know I had abandonment issues and I was trying to find myself then. I'm still trying to find myself now. I don't have the energy to be desperate, but I deeply yearn for the type of love where I'm not talking about the Disney Channel kind, the romanticized kind, where it's all happiness and sunshine, but where we could be with each other in our roughest moments as well as in our best moments. And it only brings us closer. I want to be with somebody who can actually commit, because a lot of young people don't care enough to commit, or they're not thinking about commitment. They're just thinking about the fun, the moment. They're not thinking about what comes next or what happens if this all falls. Like, are we going to be good? Or what happens when, say, one of us gets sick, or one of us is out of a job? What happens? It's the commitment and the desire. And even when their desire isn't always there, we choose each other. What happened to people just being intentional? I'm intentional with who I want to be around. And it's hard to find young people in my age, that in my generation, that want that. And it sucks and it's freaking sad, and it makes me scared of what I might encounter if I do try to put myself out there, because I keep seeing it. I keep seeing people that have no desire to really commit, or no desire to take somebody like me seriously. They don't look for the intellectuals. They don't look for the person that can really make them think about life. They just look for the type of people that make them have fun in the moment, or somebody that can just be a sponge for their problems. People don't care about each other no more. People aren't curious no more. Like I mentioned in a previous video, which, go check that out. It's called We're Not Curious Anymore, and that's the truth of it. And when I say we're not curious, I like to think of us as a species. We've stopped being curious. We become more curious about the wrong things and not the important things. But also, like specifically my generation. It freaking sucks. It's a crap hole. And I've always been more mature than a lot of the people in my generation. I've always been mature for my age. I keep hearing that. I attribute it to just, I have sense, and I'm paying attention to the people that came before me and the people that are around me, and I realize, based on what I've been raised on, is okay, that's right and that's wrong. And then I go out into the world and kind of have a more open-minded view, and then still have a strong sense of what's right and what's wrong. But having such an awareness, having such a sense of self-control, I don't know if anybody wants that anymore. I think everybody just cares about, where can I get my fix of, how do I fix my feelings? Who can be there to fix them? Who can come save me? Who can be my Superman? You don't even realize that the guy who's Superman is sitting right next to you half the goddamn time, working and bleeding out for help, silently. Because the moment that they open up, the world will tell them shut up, or they'll get rejected, or it's just they won't get any answer. They'll just be looked at and just go, all right then. Like, it's the apathy that bothers me. It's the apathy from people all across the board, not just romantically or trying to court somebody or date or get married. It's all over. And all that to say is that I'm lonely because I see the apathy. I'm lonely because a lot of people, I just feel like I'm not wanted. I'm not treasured. I'm not appreciated enough in a lot of my circles. So it forces me to retreat to myself and in my head, and I start thinking thoughts that may not even be true, but it's just that's there. And since my twin brother passed last year in March, I've been even more lost and lonely. And people look at me like I've missed a step. You know, people close to me, they're like, "Oh man, you look like you missed a step. Are you good? Is there something wrong with you?" It's like, well, I don't know. Maybe it's because my life has sat there and went to crap in the last year. I don't know. You know, it went further into crap, like because it was already there, but it got worse progressively. I don't mean to complain. I just wanted to vent and just talk about, because I don't want to just be up here always like being preaching. Go, well, this is how you do things, and because I'm on that timing too. That's not disingenuous. That is a genuine, real part of me. I do believe in what I'm talking about, but I also gotta be real with y'all and show y'all that I'm a human being too, and that living life just sucks out here, man. Especially as a young person. I wish I was born in the '90s instead of the 2000s. I'm telling you, I'd be, I'd be doing a whole lot better. I'd probably, who knows? But I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that I'm lonely, and I feel like I got caught in a wave of the ocean, and it feels like I'm drowning, and I'm trying to learn how to swim in the process. Yeah, just lonely, just down. I, I don't know, because I might have used the word depressed a bunch of times, which might be the case, but I don't like using the term. I'll just say I'm really down. I'm down in life, but I'm just down in my heart, just knowing that there's more for me, and I know there's somebody for me, and it feels like I'm not able to be there to meet that. You know, I have a lot of expectations of myself. Work hard, keep your head down, work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard. Don't ask anybody for help. That's the motto for me. And just get done the mission. The mission is survival and eventually prosperity. And don't ask for no help, just work. Shut up. Don't ask for no help because nobody's helped you before. And I'm giving you all these different aspects, all these different things to say the same thing because it's more than just one aspect of my life where I feel lonely. I'm around my friends, and when they have conversations and they talk about certain things, I'm usually out of the loop because I'm not into everything that they're in. And that, I feel lonely. And it's not their fault, it's just a feeling that hits, is all. So, you know, that's all it is. Suppose I ain't got too much else to say. I probably would love to talk more about it, but you know, I think I've said enough. This is already nearly 20 minutes long, so I guess I'll speak to y'all the next time. Hopefully tomorrow, maybe if I feel like making a video, if I'm in the mood. I wasn't even in the mood to make a video today, but I gotta keep up with the video making. I don't want to be known for just the YouTube shorts. I prefer doing the long form videos. But I started noticing the shorts are getting a lot of views and pushing the channel up there, so it's important that I do those. but I like the long form video. So, plus, just wanted to give y'all a view into what's in my mind and who I am. And if there are people that don't like it, oh well, because everybody feels the same way at some point. And at least I'm willing to be honest about mine. Because I'm tired of lying. I'm tired of being silent, watching everybody tell their truth, and I feel like, and I believe that, oh, I'm not able to tell mine. That's nonsense. If you have a voice, you can use it. Like, be honest. Even like when it hurts sometimes, because you never know who you might find and who might be able to be there. You never know. So, much love to you guys. I love you guys. You don't know me. I don't know you. I don't care. I love you from a human being to another. Love y'all, and spread, here to spread love, joy, peace, and positivity everywhere I go. And, if you like the video, let me know what you thought, or just share your thoughts, just share your thoughts, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all have a good one.